So we are live.
All right.
You are looking live.
We are coming to you live. Welcome to Men on Scandal. And this week is going to be scandalous because Tony's not here. So, we're about to wreck this whole show. Anyway, I'm Troy Johnson in Washington, D.C. From New York City. My turntable brother, Mark Clark, joins us today. So this episode of Scandal, honor thy father, Mark. Damn. I know it's something you know about. That's one of your favorite themes.
Yeah, man. I remember one time Dad told me, "I ain't your daddy," and it always set special place for me there.
Oh, that's nice, man. Yesterday actually was my dad's birthday, so happy birthday, Super J. But anyway, that has nothing to do with the episode. The episode starts off with David offering Jake an immunity agreement to testify against B613. He says, "This is the only way that I can protect you. We're the white hats. It's time to bring command down."
Man, will somebody please give this up? I mean, it's like, it's ridiculous. I was hoping, well, yeah, man, Troy, I don't, what are y'all doing? I mean, just leave it alone, man. You don't mess with this.
Don't mess with command.
And I guess, is this all because of Huck? I mean, is Huck's wife? Is that what?
Well, I think some of it has to do with that. I think he wants to come home.
Home.
Well, the only way he can really, well, now David knows about the B613 files that he thought he had. So maybe some of that, when I hate to say just a housewife, but when a woman walks into your office with a file that you thought you were the only one who had a key to the public storage building, and you're the attorney general, he can't afford to not do his job.
Man, he can afford, he could have a conversation. Huck tells the wife, "We tried, it's a dead end." I don't know, man. It just seems like y'all just asking for trouble. You are asking for trouble. We know how this party ends. Yes, man. Speaking
of trouble, Jake didn't want no parts of that. He said, "Hell no, I'm out. Before I would testify against B613, I'm just out."
And once again, Jake is the most sensible person on this whole damn show.
But he also threatened David. He said, "You need protection from me, not the other way around."
And we all know a cream puff could threaten David.
A fly was in that scene and actually threatened David. So David's like, "That's okay. I can go at this another way." So he decides that let's take a look at some other B613 operatives. If we get 3 of them, Max, Margot, and Simon, they can make an airtight case against B613, and we can still shut down command.
I want to know why Grandma's Hands was chosen.
Yeah, it didn't make sense, did
it? Grandma's Hands. I was like, damn, was Grandma part of B613?
She was. About to bring in B613, Grandma's Hands.
But shout out to Bill Withers, who got paid.
Yes. Grandma's Hands killed a South American dictator once back in the day. It was a jam, though. Now, the problem with that, Mark, is that a lot of people thought No Diggity was coming on. Somebody's like, "Damn, wait a minute." No, it was not No Diggity. Anyway, so Max, Margot, and Simon are going to be the key to this case. David thinks he's got the game plan, but Jake hears the entire thing.
Yeah. I like how Jake closed up the case right at the end of the conversation, too.
Yeah. That's all I needed. Click. So in the meantime, Olivia had a little overnight company. She had a sleepover.
Damn.
With Franklin Russell. This is problematic for the show. They're running out of names. And they burned 2 names, right? Franklin and Russell. Those are 2 first names that they could have saved one for later on in the season. But Franklin Russell, what was he called first? Russell? I can't remember.
Yeah, Russell. My name's not really Russell. It's actually Frank.
Right. And she's got a problem with that. You're giving me fake names. He said, you started off with a fake name, so I'm not supposed to call you Olivia? Damn. So anyway, so they spent the night, and so does this mean he's going to stick around for a while?
Well, he has no problem with morning breath. We saw that.
Yes. Hey, man, sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
And why did it feel like Olivia might have morning breath, though? As fine as she is, she might have morning breath.
You think so?
As fine as she is, I think she might, man.
I think she probably gargles with a little bit of apple cider vinegar the night before, which kind of cuts down on the plaque. She might be okay. By the way, that's a little holistic. That's a little natural tip for you. A little apple cider vinegar before you go to sleep cuts the plaque down. So anyway, Congressman Nick Reed is the focal point of this episode. He's trying to save his dad's life. His dad killed a man named Dan Hoffman, who was a teacher at the school that his daughter went to. And the situation is his daughter was molested by this man.
Ugh.
So, of course, all the dads on this show were certainly sensitive about situations like this. So a man knows that something happened to his daughter. He gets a hold of some correspondence between the 2 of them, and in a rage, goes and kills him. Now he's on death row. He's been on death row for 10, 15 years, something like that.
That case seems kind of shaky in itself, though, right? Usually that sympathy helps out a brother. Death row. Damn.
Yeah.
Death row.
Death row, man. Murder was the case that they gave me. So the congressman says that his father is innocent of the shooting. He wants Olivia to prove his innocence once again, before it's too late. Now, Elizabeth comes in. She says Harmony is Mellie's sister, is a powder keg waiting to blow. She went down to visit her in the South. Harmony has a soap company, and she's kind of vetting her because Mellie's getting ready to make this run for president. And Harmony says in her twang, she says, "I got my sister's back, even though she's done me dirty. I still got her back." So Elizabeth goes back to Washington with much concern and tells Mellie, I don't know about this chick. There's something to be concerned about with Harmony, because if she's not on board with what you're trying to do when you make this run, you're going to be in trouble.
And she's they definitely do paint the Southerners with a very they kind of got the us versus them going on, the haves versus the have-nots, the elite versus the blue bloods versus the white trash.
Definitely, yeah.
I didn't want to say that, but thank you, Troy. Yes.
Well,
But she remarkably did remind you of Mellie, though. Like.
Yeah, they had something. You forget that Mellie was from the South because she is so well healed now.
Yes.
When they started talking about it, her little twang came out. I think she called Harmony Bama. Didn't she call her Bama? I think she did, man. I have to go back and look at that part.
With your Bama ass. I think you're right.
She did say something like that. Now, Olivia visits Nick's father in jail, and he says, why are you here? My son keeps doing this every 3 years, trying to come in here. Look, I'm at peace with what I've done. I know I'm going to get the death penalty. It's about to go down. Tell him to forget about me. Just live his life.
live his life. And by the way, that's a beautiful coat.
Yes, he did say that. And he says that he's not alive after finding his dead daughter. He's been dead since that moment.
That took all the life out of all the fathers. Like,
pretty much. And Olivia says that, I'm taking this case. She's got her coat on, as you mentioned, Mark. Her coat is on. She's gonna save the day.
Yes.
Because I'm Olivia Pope. And she says, she believes that he's innocent. So we'll see what happens with that later on. Now, Huck is at the safe house with Max, Margot, and Simon. They're getting them squared away because they're going to be the key elements in this case.
Yes.
So we'll come back and see what happens at the safe house in a minute. Cyrus can't wait for Harmony to arrive. She's scheduled to make a visit at the White House, and he thinks that the more that Harmony is around and her trashy ways and the anger that Mellie and Harmony don't get along at all. And he likes that because he feels like this is the key to her losing her shot at the presidency.
Yes.
What's up with Cyrus? Why doesn't he want Mellie to run for president?
He thinks it's distracting. He thinks it's ridiculous, and he's tired of it, man.
So now, he's been Team Mellie before, but obviously he's not right now. Something's shifted up on him.
A distraction. He thinks that this is a ridiculous distraction for the president, who needs to focus on what he needs to be doing right now, as opposed to his wife's harebrained, half-cooked idea to be president of these United States.
So you don't think that Mellie has a viable chance to be president?
I think Cyrus thinks it's a damn distraction.
Okay. Gotcha.
Does she have a chance? You first lady, the president. Come on. In what world could that happen? Oh, sorry. Sorry, Hillary.
Harmony shows up at the White House in her leopard print red dress.
You know what? I actually didn't mind her outfit. It wasn't as country bumpkin-ish as I thought it would be. No,
but it was a little over the top for the White House, though, perhaps.
Yeah. But the high heels were even. It wasn't crazy. I could see somebody going for that, but it wasn't like a Jed Clampett or Ellie Mae coming up in there.
No, it wasn't. You're right about that. Although Mellie offered her a pair of flats. I don't know. That might be offensive to a woman. Girl, would you like a pair of flats? Because we're gonna walk around this building. What? Okay. Anyway, so George Reed has been death row for years. He's been on death row for a long time. As we know, his daughter hung herself because of this situation with her teacher. And now OPA thinks that some of the other parents whose kids were molested may have played a role. Maybe he wasn't the only person involved in this situation. So they start to find out what's going on with this case so they can save George. Okay? Now, in the meantime, Jake went on a killing spree. Damn! At the safe house. What? You're supposed to be safe at a safe house. This was the most unsafe safe house ever. So Jake rolls in there. He kills Max, Margot, and Simon. Well, basically, one of them is Max, the black guy, is barely alive. Charlie walks in with some snacks, and it's like, oh, snap. So he gets into a fight with Jake, and as they struggle, Max is killed as well, and then Jake gets away.
Yes.
What happened there?
Charlie, number one, Charlie's the luckiest guy ever. He escapes death, time and time again.
Yes.
It's pretty apparent. It seems like Jake kicks everybody's ass.
Yes.
Including Huck's. Jake ain't scared of nobody.
Really? I was going to ask that later on. You know, and when I will ask you later on, so you think about that before you answer, sir. So the easiest way to survive being in a paramilitary group with A-type personalities, a bunch of murderers, the easiest way, like Charlie, is to be in an ensemble cast. That assures that you're going to live. You're not gonna die. You're not gonna die.
Have some great one-liners.
Yeah, if you have a few one-liners and you can manage to, as the fight starts, the guns fall out of your hands. I was watching a couple of James Bond movies the other day. Same kind of thing. Just as soon as it's get down time, somebody drops or knocks a gun out of the hand.
Yes.
Anyway.
Most of those guys have early signs of Parkinson's, so.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, they don't talk about that, but yeah.
I didn't know that. Olivia wants Fitz to have dinner with her and her sister. And Fitz was like, hell no, no, I'm not down with that. Because he knows how toxic their relationship is. They're going to be sitting up in the White House having dinner. So he's not on board with that. And Mellie, I should have said Mellie, not Olivia. Mellie's upset because she wants Fitz to play a specific role in this situation as they try to court Harmony into the fold. And he doesn't appear to be down with whatever the game plan is that she's trying to put together.
Well, I think Mellie showing that she is a little crazy. You know, she was a little crazy on, okay, I'm not you. I was being me, and it doesn't really it's different with you know, guys look at stuff different. Like women will, you know, something about to go down, the energy's changing, and the women will say, hey, look at the beautiful flowers outside. You know, that's kind of how women do it. But we really don't do that. You know, guys are more like, we don't really do that. So he had to take the information in like, oh, okay, I never really thought of that before. I am, in fact, the President of the United States.
I'm a little busy here.
You know, it's not like you're talking to Putin and then, hey, man, he's talking about nuclear arms. And you're like, hey, man, did you see the Knicks last night? You know, you just don't. The Knicks were very good last night. Never mind. We will not bomb them.
Oh, man. So David sees the carnage that Jake just created. And Charlie says, now one thing is, maybe he lost the fight, but he didn't lose his mind. Because he said, we need to kill Jake right now. Let's go ahead and kill Jake. He didn't think about it. It was the first thing out of his mouth. And Huck is agreeing with that. Huck agrees. Quinn was like, wait a minute. I don't know if this is the move that we need to make. She's not sure.
When Quinn agreed, it was cool. She was like, man.
Yeah, okay, let's do it. Because Ballard's gone mad dog. We got to get him.
Wait a minute, Huck. Simmer the hell down.
That's right.
You're saying somebody went mad dog?
I mean, he's the official expert.
Yeah, well, right. But for Huck to say somebody went crazy, it's like, dude, we don't believe it.
Now, back to OPA looking for. It's funny now. OPA they're ready to kill Jake, but they're still working on this case with Congressman Nick, right? So they were looking into the background of some other people. They keyed in on Lisa Hoffman. They think that she may be involved, but Lisa Hoffman is dead.
Yeah.
Conveniently. Is she?
Yeah, the timing was. I thought they might find her in the basement, but no.
Well, no, she was underground, but not in the basement. So they want to implicate Lisa Hoffman in the killing. Quinn and Huck go to her house, and they find the gun. So now the gun is in play. Could this, in fact, be the gun that was used in the murder of the teacher, Dan? The only way they can find that out is if they have a ballistics test, but they can't do it themselves, so they have to key the police in on that situation to prove the chain of custody.
Troy, in every detective show and every television series, ballistics always the linchpin of evidence is on ballistics. Why do you get the feeling, Troy, if you go to this department anywhere in the United States, it's going to be less official looking than the picture in your mind? Why do you feel like it's some fat guy with a half-eaten sub sandwich at his desk?
well, you know.
But this is, hey, yep, they did it. You know, it's not what I pictured.
You know, the ballistic, you may be right about that, because basically you need a big tank filled with water so you can shoot the gun into the water, right? Then you take the bullet out, and then you look under a microscope. So you really only need 2 items. You need a microscope and a tub of water. So you might have a point there, Mark. You might. And a lab coat. You gotta have a lab coat.
And some gloves. My oldest daughter, who's a genius, she wants to go into forensics. In fact, she's been accepted to the summer program at Brown. And there's a part of me that's like, you have the brain power to solve all of the answers from curing cancer and you want to be in forensics. Okay, there's a part of me that's kind of like, again, I just imagine her like Quincy, just making $55,000 a year. Just
man, first of all, Quincy was the man. By the way, when I was a kid, I also wanted to do forensics. I thought there was something interesting about it.
Okay, well, so it's not okay. It's not
a lot of it was fueled by Quincy, and I think what interested me was, okay, a person died. What happened?
That's what she said.
What happened? How did this person die? And I think in some way, maybe there's a thought that, if we can find out what continuously happens, then we can prevent people from dying. And I don't know.
Uncle Troy, you give your vote to forensics, then you're not worried about it. Okay, fine. If you back it, then I'll let it go, man.
Now, the one thing that I did realize about forensics was that people don't die as neatly as they did on Quincy. People get chopped up, and I mean, look at this show. Jake blew the brains out of 3 people. So
and the old man had his cane in the air still.
Still took him out. Damn. So Huck says the only way we can get a hold of Jake is to triangulate his cell phone. Now, Jake is B613. He's already tracked down and killed 3 people. But he's going to leave his cell phone on and get caught by Huck, who we know is a master, technology guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I just want to know if I wasn't the only one that was like, really?
From his theory about that to the device he was looking at, 2 question marks.
Yeah, exactly.
It looked like tic-tac-toe he was looking at. Oh, there it is. I see it right there. Who sunk my battleship? He's like, okay.
Yes. So, but they find him. They find his location. Probably because he wanted them to. But anyway, dinner at the White House with Harmony. And of course, doesn't take too long. Harmony and Mellie get right into it. It was a light sister cat fight, but I think Mellie. I mean, it was strong enough for Mellie to call her mother a whore. So it's like, man, you can't really finish off your salmon. Somebody calls your mama a whore. It kind of puts a damper on the rest of the meal. I don't think they made it to dessert.
And just like all family arguments, Mellie was wrong. And when you're watching it go down, both parties usually wrong, but somebody's usually more wrong. So look, it's my brother-in-law or my brother-in-law. I got to call him Mr. President. Come on, Mellie.
Yeah. Right.
We're talking about my soap. Come on, man. Right. Mr. President, and Mellie was all serious. I can't take it any longer.
Right.
What are you talking about?
Right. Harmony gets pissed off because she certainly wasn't treated like much of a guest at the White House.
No.
And she says, I got some dirt on you. Don't worry about that because I got something that will derail. I know everything. And she does. I know all about you. and based on the way you're treating me, it won't take long for me when I start talking to derail whatever it is that you got up your sleeve. So,
and the other truth of that is how sisters operate. Sisters don't give a damn. So, yeah. Like her best interest would have been to treat her nicely, but sometimes they just can't help it, man. I got 3 daughters, Lord Jesus. Can y'all just shut up, please?
Oh well. So Huck and Quinn are tracking Jake. He's at Olivia's house.
Kinda.
Well, sort of. It appears that way. We go back to Fitz and Mellie having a conversation. He tells Mellie to apologize to Harmony. And it was as if he had told the joke on Def Comedy Jam. She wasn't trying to hear that. But he says, hey, look, if you want my job, you want to be president of the United States, you got to fix this. This is what it's all about. He said, you either have to make a decision that you hate or basically another decision that you hate. That's what being president is all about. So if this and this is a key test for if you can't handle your sister, how the hell are you going to be president of the United States? And that's where she had her soliloquy about what she expected him to do. She wanted him to disarm the tension, wanted him to be the first lady in essence. And, he was like, yeah, whatever.
That was again, if you're married people, he won, but she won. He was right, but she won.
Yes.
He had a chance to say what the president does, and he was right, but she came back and pretty much shut all that down. And so, all that bumping your gums, but no. And so,
Well, Quinn and Huck go to Olivia's house. She's got company. Franklin was sitting on the couch. They were like, hey, who's that?
Who's the black guy?
Yeah, wait a minute. What show is this? How to Get Away with Murder? Oh, this is Scandal. What you doing with a black guy on your couch? She said, is a ballistic test done? No. All right. See you tomorrow.
I'm about to go back and get these Benjamin Franklins, whatever his name is.
Oh, man. Across the hall is Jake. Is Jake in the old lady's house?
Yes.
Damn.
Eating up all her food. She had in there some Van Camp's pork and beans. She had some Ritz crackers with Velveeta in the fridge.
There are moments like this on the show where, they use similar sets. And I wonder, it's like, are people thinking about the fact that that's the house that Marla Gibbs came out of and says, where my friend at?
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. They use the house because old people always have a great storage in the pantry.
That's true, but this is a dead woman. Now, last episode or so, she hadn't paid her. She's dead. She hadn't paid her mortgage, and they were going to evict her. So so I guess they moved all her stuff out. And anyway, Jake comes out the door.
Some cornflakes in his hand, to a cornflakes with strawberries on top.
Man. Special K. So he says Olivia is safe as long as I am safe. And Huck kind of takes offense to what he's talking about. So here is the question mark: Huck versus Jake.
I had to go with Jake, man.
Really?
I think Huck's too emotional.
But I think that plays into why I would go with Huck.
And he's shorter. I mean, he might be stockier, but he's shorter than Jake.
But see, that's my point. It's not gonna be a boxing match.
Oh yeah, no. He would have a weapon to take out an artery. That's true.
Yeah, Huck is gonna throw a punch, and then Jake's gonna throw a punch, and then Huck is going to cut off his foot.
or would Jake just shoot him in the head though?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. I still get, even with guns. Huck knows how to use a gun.
Yeah, I'm gonna. You know what? I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna be Team Jake on this. All right,
I
Troy.
gotta go with Huck. I hope people comment on this.
Yes. And
episode.
Tony can break the tie.
Yes. Tony's gonna weigh in on this one. I'm gonna go Team Huck on this one. So Quinn and Charlie and Huck at the Lincoln Memorial with David. All of them look depressed.
Yes.
They're just sitting around like they got fired. You know, maybe they're upset because the cherry blossoms aren't out yet. And all of them are like, we failed. It's over. What's over?
The pursuit of B13, whatever it's called.
So Jake walks scot-free. There's no case. We've lost.
That would have been the smart move. I'm telling you, that is where the money is, Troy. They should leave it alone and move forward, man. It's because it's ridiculous. You can't stop it. It's like the devil. You can't stop it.
Well, you're right. Quinn and Charlie and Huck all agree with that. Exactly what you just said. David gives another speech. We're the White Hats.
No, we're not.
White Hats win.
No, they don't. Don't you watch wrestling? The heels win. The heels always win.
So they walk away. They're like, man, this ain't going down. It's a done deal. Fitz has a talk with Harmony and says, Mellie is jealous of you. Mellie is jealous of your country living, your soap making. You have everything that she wants. And Harmony buys it.
Yeah, she said, well, who wouldn't be jealous of all this?
It sounded like Fred Sanford. All this? So Fitz fixes the situation. Harmony goes in and gives Mellie a hug. Mellie almost messed it up again.
Yes.
She saw her come through the door. Oh, damn. Here she comes. She gives her a hug. And Mellie, this showed a flaw to me. Mellie, why are you acting an ass?
You're trying to be president.
Right. You know what's going on here. You know what you're trying to do. Obviously, Harmony walks in with love for you, and she almost blew it right there.
Yeah, she did. She almost did didn't she do a when she came in the room?
Exactly. Oh, yeah, she did one of those. So anyway,
and everybody knows poor white trash and ghetto people are very sensitive and very self-aware when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Yes.
Oh no, you didn't breathe out when I came in the room.
Why are you huffing and puffing? So Fitz fixes the situation. He says Mellie's gonna win. I'm gonna be by your side. The best scene of the night was Cyrus overhearing this conversation from the room next door with the gas face.
Yes.
So now all of the things that he was looking for, he thought that Harmony was going to be the one who was going to derail these presidential dreams, and Fitz is the one that fixed the situation. So he had the straight up gas face on that one. Now, Olivia, huh?
I forgot. I just remembered how Harmony threw Cyrus under the bus when he asked about his prostitute wife.
Yes.
Damn. Damn, Harmony.
Yeah, she came right in, guns blazing. Olivia thinks that the congressman committed the murder. Nick committed the murder, and that the father is covering up. And that, in fact, happens to be the case. The congressman eventually confesses to Olivia. He says that, he's the one who was enraged by what the teacher did to his sister, and he's the one who shot him. David flashes back to the triple homicide that he saw Jake commit, and he says that he's going to be a witness to the murder. He's got it all under control. Still got his white hat on. Quinn, Charlie, Huck, 3 people dead. I'm still going to take down B613 because I'm a white hat, and this is what we do. Now, Olivia tells Nick's father that he needs to accept responsibility for why this happened in the first place. He says she said the father's responsible. because he pushed his son so hard to be successful, to look past this situation. He can't be the person that he's supposed to be because he's carrying this huge burden of guilt and responsibility on his shoulders.
He lives in a one-bedroom apartment. What are you doing? I mean, what? He's not. He's not. He's not living his life at all. I mean, I don't know, Troy. I mean, somebody had to die. Okay, so
Yes.
I would again. This show will push. They'll push just because, but I think it's a pretty even exchange. You killed a guy who drove your sister to kill herself, and I'll take the rap as your dad. I have no problem with that.
Well, I thought it was kind of interesting that she said, you need to do this. You need to admit your responsibility, and I'll be by your side. I'm Olivia Pope. We're going to get you the best lawyers.
No. Here's the flaw, though.
Right.
I'm about to be put to death.
Exactly.
So
your dad gets a death penalty, but if you resign and we get you a great lawyer, you're gonna beat this case, or you're gonna do some time, but you're gonna be able to come out and you may be able to run for Congress again. Olivia, I didn't see what color coat she had on, but she was talking some nonsense right there.
Yes. That is. He's gonna be up in jail with Suge Knight for a while, okay?
Exactly. Yes. By the way, Suge Knight, woo, man, somebody needs to get him a beard trimmer. Damn, he's looking old, man. He aged quickly.
Yes.
I mean, you run a couple of people over with a pickup truck. I mean, that will take a lot out of you.
Well, and that's the thing, when you get to be our age, Troy, 2 weeks away from Just for Men, and you look like somebody granddaddy.
Yeah. Man, whew, man, I'm telling you, he was looking crazy. And Suge Knight's big ass falling out in courtroom. Come on now.
Twice.
Twice. Yeah, I'm not buying that one. All right, Huck is there to protect Olivia. She's coming out of Congress after Nick resigns from Congress. He goes to jail. So he's going to begin to atone for what he did 15 years ago. So Huck sees her coming out, and she's upset about all this. What are you talking about? You're going to protect me, and all the whole OPA situation or B613 situation comes out in the conversation, and she's upset about Huck not doing what he's supposed to do. So you thought that was a misguided anger?
Well, also, I just felt for Jake because here's Olivia looking over his shoulder, listening to him do his thing while some brothers is hitting that, and he's just next door. And poor Jake he loves this woman, don't he?
Yes, but the feeling ain't mutual. I mean, in some ways, it is, but it isn't. I mean,
he's next door protecting Olivia while she's getting her back blown to smithereens by some guy with two names.
Oh, man. Smithereens, man. Smithereens.
back blown out.
Wow. I think you're right. I thought that when this episode was coming forward, like for the preview, I thought it was going to be interesting. This would have been a great time for Jake to die.
Yeah, you're right.
Because he's not. I'm just convinced. I don't know how many more seasons are in this show, and we don't necessarily predict these situations all the time. But in my mind, the die is cast. In my mind, Olivia and Fitz end up in Vermont. They walk off into the sunset, and Jake's gonna be left hanging, or he's gonna do something crazy. If he didn't do this crazy thing now, he's gonna do something crazy later.
Yeah,
maybe he kills Fitz, and then now what you gonna do?
Oh damn!
I mean, so it's gonna be one or the other.
All right, man. Simmer down, Carl Sagan.
I'm just saying, if Jake gets dissed and he knows he's going to, there's going to have to be some kind of repercussion.
Gets dissed again, you mean?
I mean, again, constantly, ultimate. I mean, if he gets the ultimate diss,
Man, he get massively dissed.
Yes. Oh, anyway, so Jake confronts Holly. David is walking out. He's made up his mind. He's going to go and he's going to testify. Holly, who works in his office, is accompanying him to his car, and they kind of go over these last-minute details. Jake shows up, pointing a gun at David. He tells David to take a couple of steps to the left. I thought he was going to break out into the slide. But the reason why is because Jake says Holly is the person that killed those 3 people in the safe house.
Yeah.
Of course, David is like, what the hell are you talking about? He runs it down, says that she is a B613 agent, and she killed the informants. Holly pulls out a gun, and they start to have a little dialogue. Jake did not wait. He pow, pow.
That's the first rule of killing a mother.
Damn, he shut her down. I'd have a problem shooting somebody wearing heels, though. I don't think I could.
I respect this gangster. Explain yourself. Well, I was clown. Oh,
you're right. Damn.
In mid-sentence, just like when David witnessed David witnessed Jake killing those other 3.
Which he just was thinking about that. He reminisced on that a while ago. He ended up with blood on his face then.
And that's a Jake trait. He'll kill you in mid-sentence because they were talking. Your girl just got her coffee girl, thank you so much. Clack, clack, clack. He just grabbed her Starbucks coffee.
She didn't even get a sip.
Is that clack, clack? Oh, damn. And then my man was running. He got shot in the back. Damn. Jake, that's the trait, man. So remember that, Troy. If you see Jake, don't talk.
But again, that's what I'm saying. I'm telling you, man. That's his element of crazy, which is not outdone by Huck's. I think Huck's crazy is more potent, is stronger,
broody.
But now Huck will talk to you. He wants to. I want you to tell. I'm about to fillet your arm, but I want you to tell me about your childhood.
No.
He's getting that knife. Did you see the Knicks game last night? Oh, boy. So, back to Olivia's house. Franklin is ringing the doorbell. And she opens the door, and it looks like he's seen a ghost.
Yes.
And it's Rowan.
Rowan
is back.
Hey, Daddy.
Papa Pope is back.
And
that's how the episode ends.
Well, my favorite nugget from last night, Troy?
What's that?
I've got dreams.
Yes.
Dreams to remember.
They hit me off.
Oh, man.
What was that?
That's a jam.
Otis Redding, baby, 1968.
Yeah, man. They pull out some songs that'll make you think for a minute.
I was like, damn, Otis Redding. His career was like 2 years. He had like 1 million records, man. But they pulled that one out, and it was like, wow, it made me Google it. I think they showed this one the whole, coming out of jail. Anytime you play Otis Redding with somebody going to jail or leaving jail, always works.
Yeah. That's what you play in your cell. I got dreams.
That's all you got.
That's all you got. So now Rowan is back, man. A lot of folks. I've had conversations with fans of Scandal that, to be quite honest, some of these episodes this season, they aren't really feeling so much. And the thing that I've heard people say is, well, where the hell is Rowan? They wanted some more Rowan involved.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're going to get a full dose next week. So he's back on the scene. He's still angry with Olivia, and I assume that she still wants to kill him, right? Isn't that the case?
Well, I mean, yeah, in theory, as far-fetched as that is.
Now, when Franklin was standing there, first I thought he was shot or something. Again, I had been watching some James Bond movies, you know, and they do that in a Bond movie. You'll find the key to the briefcase in this locker. Like, what's wrong? And then look behind, the guy's got a knife in his back. He's dead. So, you know, I thought Franklin had the same moment. But it was surely because Rowan was there. And then
we were working together.
And that's what I was wondering. Is Rowan, you know, did Rowan set Olivia up with Franklin?
He knew she'd be fiending for some dark meat after her situation, or he's her brother.
Oh. Well, damn. Well, you know, they've had to, you know, could be Mama Pope's little side piece.
Well, the best part is we know that Papa Pope's going to give us a soliloquy to catch us up. You've been wondering where I've been. You know,
I know you were wondering where I've been. I didn't want to disappoint you.
I sit on a wall.
That's right. A man with two names, Olivia.
Troy,
a man with two names.
Troy, give me some of that. I sit on a wall, man.
I sit on a wall. 1,000 feet away, there are Cubans that are trained to kill me. Something like that. Of course, that's Jack Nicholson. Yes.
Or is it Nicholson or Nicholas?
Nicholson.
It's the golf player. It's the golfer.
So that is
in Augusta.
That's right.
Negroes weren't allowed till 1968.
Yes. Negroes. And you know that was the word in effect back then. That is another episode of Scandal. Honor Thy Father. And we hope that you enjoyed it. Tony Scott unable to join us today, so we obviously see where our deficiency is when Tony's not around. Woo!
Man, boy. You call that a show?
Yeah, what kind of show is this?
Ooh, I tell you what, we now respect Tony even more. We worshipped him already, so there we go.
But anyway, hopefully folks enjoyed it. Of course, we have other shows aside from this one. Men on Everything, where we talk about everything under the sun, from pop culture to news to whatever. We do that show. And I don't know, Mark, you might be getting your wish.
Yeah, I think we're like 200 away, right, from Empire?
You may be getting your wish. People have been retweeting and talking about our one and only Men on Empire show. Now, Tony and I thought it was going to be a one-off. We put it out there. Mark insisted, and I have to say, it may be one of the funniest shows we've done. It might be. So a lot of people have said that they want to see us do Men on Empire. So when you come to Talking 360, if you haven't seen it, make sure you take a look at it. Chime in on it. We're looking for 1,000 views. If we get 1,000 views, then Men on Empire will be going down weekly.
It's going down. I think we're going to get like 200 votes away now.
Well, that's because you got all your cousins watching.
That is true. Big Mama and them. Cookie! I love Cookie Carol.
Cookie. Cookie! Oh, man. So that's Men on... Which one is this?
This is Men on Scandal.
Oh, Men on Scandal. Yes, we have so many shows. Sometimes I forget. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you give us a thumbs up if you like it. And, you can be a patron of the show. Just look for a little icon somewhere along this page that Tony will put on because I can't remember the details.
Yes.
All right. That's it. We'll see you next week. Peace.